Hello and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we are doing the mid-September love check-in for the sign of Aquarius. I'm going to get right into it and pull out your two angel messages for this mid-month love check-in. Express your love, Aquarius. Express your love. And we have religious factors. Religious factors hasn't come out for a while now. I usually indicates relationships with those involved having different backgrounds. It could be that your culture or your family are not accepting it. It could be that you have an unconventional love relationship. But we're going to see. Let's pull out your animal spirits for this mid-September check-in. I've already been shuffling and meditating on your cards for a while before we started the video. We have camel. Wow. Animal spirit that hasn't come up in quite some time, right? Fire, of course, and we have deer. The deer has been everywhere this month, in the weeklies and in the mid-month love check-in. So, let's just go over the animal spirits briefly before we go into your spread. And you can go ahead into the description. This is time-stamped. So you can go ahead and jump forward if you want to the different sections that we're going to be reviewing. But for right now, let's go ahead to camel. Fire energy, an energy that hasn't, a card that really hasn't come out a lot. Of course, what do we associate with camel? We associate endurance, right? Resourcefulness, independence. The camel is associated with really knowing oneself, really knowing who you are. It can handle absolutely anything, the camel, because the camel carries its own nourishment around with it, right? And so just as in the wild, the camel can go for very long periods without any assistance from anyone because it is extremely self-reliant. It handles challenges with ease. So Aquarius, right now, the camel is coming in because the camel is indeed, for some of you, you may be resonating with this energy right now in the sense that you're able to handle a lot of criticism. You're able to handle maybe anger that's in your face. This is quite interesting. With the religious factor showing up, certainly some of you may be in unconventional relationships that are upsetting those around you, and you're having to sort of bring out this camel energy to withstand the pressure, right? To withstand everything that's being thrown at you so that you remain calm in the situation where tempers are flaring. This is a quite interesting card. The camel is also a traveler, very fond of traveling the world. It has a bit of wanderlust that's associated with the camel. So again, you could also be resonating with that energy or dealing with someone who is resonating with that energy, who has a bit of a travel bug in their spirit. All right, and so now we talk about the deer, and the deer is the mother card in the deck. It is earth energy. Camel, of course, fire. Deer is earth. And the deer is associated with gentleness. The gentle protectiveness, right? The kind of gentle, the kind of gentle protectiveness that only a mother can give. And so the deer really resonates with feminine energy, resonates with the creative potential. The deer has the ability to take care of very fragile things. Now, this could be a relationship that requires a lot of gentle touch, a lot of gentle sort of support. Together, the camel and the deer together are very complementary in the sense that one is very, very resilient and the other is very strong, but in a very nurturing and again in a very gentle way, a very feminine way, very grounded. The deer also can bring with it messages. All right, so when we resonate with deer energy, we could also be getting messages coming in from the divine, important messages, right? Opening up that sort of extrasensory perception opening up those intuitive abilities. Remember, the deer is always listening, also in the wild, you know, because a lot of animal spirits, their essence can be seen from their behavior, and the deer is always listening, always watchful. And so in this way, the deer is able to hear messages that are meant only for its ears. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into your spread. We're going to pull out 6 cards, 3 for you and 3 for your lover. And they're going to be how you see yourselves, how you see each other, and how you see the relationship, okay? And again, that is time-stamped. And we'll shuffle, and then we will be ready. My lovely Aquarius. All right, your person is resonating with the Fool. They see themselves as starting a new journey here. You are resonating with King of Swords. So that's interesting. The King of Swords is the great sort of like rule maker. He's the one who comes in and metes out the punishment, the discipline when it is required, right? Then we have the Page of Cups is how your person sees you, Aquarius. Quite interesting. Let's move these over just a little bit so we can, all right, there we go. And you see them as Queen of Pentacles. Wow. They see the relationship, their role in the relationship as a Page of Wands. And you see the relationship or your role in it as a 9 of Swords. All right, at the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. So we're talking about an undercurrent of wanting to express your love, right, to each other. It's very synonymous with the romance angel message of expressing your love. So the Queen of Cups knows what she wants, right? She knows what she wants. She knows what her feelings are. With the Knight of Cups, we see somebody who's still trying to understand what their feelings are or who they are. With the Queen of Cups, we get to a point where she does know who she is and what she wants, right? And she's ready now. She's ready to give her cup of love, to exchange it. She's ready for that commitment. So let's get right into the first portion of the reading, which is how you and your lover are identifying. Your lover is identifying with the Fool, and you're identifying with the King of Swords. So your lover is very much feeling like they're on a new path. They're feeling, they could be feeling a little bit vulnerable right now. They could be feeling a little bit like they're having to take a leap of faith, which is what is associated with the Fool. But you're resonating with King of Swords. So right now you're being very sort of, you're being very determined. You're being very demanding, though. You're requiring a lot, right? You're really looking at situations with kind of like a sense of right and wrong. The King of Swords is the great rule maker. He's also the great disciplinarian. So he's always watching. He's always wielding that sword to get to the truth of a matter. Of course, this is air energy, but yeah, with the King of Swords, we certainly have someone who is, they're definitely a dominant person, and so you're definitely feeling right now, Aquarius, like you are certainly the dominant character. It almost feels, I think, as though you're having to play the role of protector right now because your person is being quite youthful. You could be in a relationship where your lover is starting like a new career, they're starting a new project, or they're artists, they're starting a path down a new art or something like that, you know, producing something new or working in a new way, right? But it's still very fresh for them and they feel quite nervous, and they require you to almost embody that deer energy and the camel. The camel is very synonymous with King of Swords too. Although camel is fire, it's that same sort of resilience though, right, that the King of Swords has. And perhaps you are indeed right now, because of what your lover is going through, being asked to not only be resilient, but yet at the same time to be gentle, to be protective and supportive, but in a gentle way, because your person is feeling quite vulnerable. Now, how do you guys see each other? Okay, let's get into the second portion. Your person, of course, is seeing you as resonating with Page of Cups, and you see them as the Queen of Pentacles. So it's quite interesting. They see you as someone who is extremely affectionate and tender, right? They definitely see you as trying to be very helpful, trying to be sort of like romantic, right? Trying to express your feelings. They definitely see that, and I think they appreciate that. But you see them as Queen of Pentacles, and so Aquarius, I wonder if your person hasn't really been through quite a lot, right? Queen of Pentacles is interesting, but she's pretty much made her wealth on her own and her abundance on her own. She's come from nothing. And it's through sort of her own really hard work and dedication, her nurturing of her ideas, right? Her plans, and really being diligent and working hard towards them. That's how she was able to accomplish everything. And I want to say that you do have an enormous amount of respect for your person, because you do see this aspect to them. It could be with religious factors for some of you, right? Your person may be resonating with the Fool in a sense that this relationship is very new to them. They may not have had a relationship with this type of dynamic. An example, this could be their first same-sex relationship, or this could be their first mixed-race relationship, or relationship, you know, with someone, yourself, right? And I'm talking about your person now. But this could be why they're also kind of resonating with Fool energy, and they're understanding that you're being very tender to them, because being with you could be a very new experience for them, right? They may be the ones who are the fish out of the water with this relationship. Certainly if your culture or your background is the dominating factor in your environment that you share with your person, they're very much feeling like a fish out of water. But again, you love their spirit, their hard work, and you love their ability to be extremely resilient and to and all of the things really that you see in them with this Queen of Pentacles. Now, how do you guys both see the relationship and your roles in it? Well, they see the relationship and their role in it as a Page of Wands. Again, it's new. Page of Wands can indicate a renewed sense of excitement and creativity. Wands is the suit for creativity. And so I think for them, they do feel like this is a very new endeavor. This is a new sort of stage in their life. And I think, again, if they're resonating with the Fool and they're resonating with Page of Wands in terms of their role in the relationship, I think they really do feel like they're the younger one. They're the one who's, whereas you're coming across as being quite the dominant factor here, Aquarius, they do feel kind of, again, like this is new. This could be a renewed sense of youth and creativity, but again, they do feel like the youth in a way in this scenario compared to you. You may be a bit older than this person, Aquarius. Okay? Now you're resonating the relationship with the Nine of Swords. You're associating your role and the relationship with Nine of Swords. And that's quite interesting because you're having a lot of anxiety lately. And I think that, again, for some of you who are having issues with religious factors being maybe an obstacle in this relationship, right? Something that needs to be overcome with that camel energy. You feel, I think you're feeling right now at this time, at this mid-September check-in, as if you're worried. You're worried you may frighten off your lover. You're worried that the things may not work out in your favor. You know, it's quite dark. If you can see just the spread of the cards, there's this dark sort of energy here. And it's just that you're feeling very anxious. It could be that because your person is feeling sort of so new and out of their depths in a way, perhaps in this relationship, you're just afraid that they won't be able to handle it, or they won't stick around, or that there's something that you've done that's going to end up driving them away. Whatever the case may be, you are having anxiety, and Nine of Swords has come out quite a lot this week for people, and I think a lot of people are having anxiety this mid-September month with their love relationships. Again, we do have a full moon happening right now, and so A lot of the full moon forecasts are talking about relationships being affected by this aspect. So the one thing I can tell you, though, my lovely Aquarius, is that Nine of Swords is usually just worries and anxieties we put on ourselves unnecessarily, and it's not at all indicative of any reality or fact or anything like that. And just because you're feeling this way, it doesn't mean that you're onto something, right? Nine of Swords is almost always misery we put ourselves under simply because we feel guilty about the past, or there's things that we haven't reconciled, but they don't at all reflect the reality of what's really going on. And so I would also say, if I pulled another card, to stay optimistic about your love life in this case. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to call it. This is your mid-September love check-in. If you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, share the video on your social media so your other fellow Aquarius can check it out. Maybe they can resonate or get something out of this reading as far as clarity in their mid-September love area. But for right now, I'm going to say thank you so much. I really appreciate all your support, folks. I appreciate all of those who have been checking me out for private readings and booking readings. All of that is extremely helpful because this is what I do for my living, and I do appreciate everything that you guys do for me. I love you so much. Have a wonderful rest of September, and I'll see you in October for the October Love Forecast. Bye-bye.